Welcome to Marion, Kansas, and we are on the corner in Marion, Kansas today. We're glad to have you all here with us, and today's host, we got a couple of guys here that uh, we've seen before, Jeremiah Lang and Darren Neufeld. So they are going to be your hosts. Let me get rid of that there. You are the host for today. And what do you guys say? Are you ready for another day?
We're here.
We're ready for another day, and we both have the shirt on.
Yes.
Yes.
We got the memo.
Team players.
That's right.
The last time when Chris and Mike was here, Mike didn't have his shirt on.
Mike hasn't worn the shirt yet.
And Chris, he was really putting it on him.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that's good. It needs it.
Yeah.
He should be getting told what's happening if he doesn't decide to want to be part of the team.
Little peer pressure never hurt.
Well, we're throwing it right at him. Mike,
that's right.
Wear your shirt next time.
Wear your shirt, Mike. Be a team player. All right. We're going to get going with the news, and we have quite a bit here to walk you through. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the plant sale at the Marion City Library. Pre-orders are being taken now, and this is one of those things that you cannot just show up and get plants. You actually do need to pre-order. There's ferns, and I think there are hanging baskets, but they're ferns, and I want to say geraniums.
It says, red or pink geraniums.
So $15 each, and you can call 620-382-2442 is the library number, and that is also coinciding with National Library Week this week.
Sweet. Well, coming up this weekend, of course, is Easter for everybody that doesn't know that that's coming up. But there's going to be the community Easter egg hunt this Saturday, which is April 19th. It's going to start at around 10:30 for the younger age children. There'll be 3 different age groups that are running, and that will be held down at the library area.
And that library lawn is going to be sponsored by the Marion Kiwanis Club in the Marion City Library.
Got a book sale going on at the Marion City Library also, starting April 24th. It'll be 3 days, 24, 25, 26. There will be lots. They'll break those up into lots of books, fiction and nonfiction.
Children's books, DVDs, lots going on at the library. Coming at you from the county for the coming week. Marion County has hired a new EMS or ambulance director who's going to be starting within the next 30 to 45 days. His name is Kyle Birch, and he is excited about stepping into the role. He and his wife are looking for a home here in Marion County.
Road and Bridge will begin rebuilding a road project on 110th between Sunflower and Timber. So 110th will be closed to through traffic during that being rebuilt.
And that's 110th is 2 miles north of Marion. Is that right?
No, that's 210th.
210th. So we're going that way.
The only road, if you think of it that way, is 140th.
Okay.
So go 110th.
3 miles south of the Olney Road.
Right.
Okay.
It would be closer to where when they were building the wind turbines.
Okay.
Where that big pad was, where the wind turbine drop was.
I was going the wrong direction.
That might be 100th, but that's down in that area. 110.
Great. Safe Kids Day at Peabody Elementary School is going to be Wednesday, April 16th. There's going to be multiple emergency services that participating in that.
Department on Aging, the director Lou Turk will be at the Peabody Senior Center Tuesday, April 15th.
And on that same day, it's the last day to file your income taxes. So that's a Tuesday. We'll be doing this on the 14th. This will air on the 14th, so that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's your last day.
Last day to file your taxes. Whew. Gotta love that day.
Yeah.
Commodities will be delivered April 16th, assuming that is to the Senior Center. Senior Center, April 16th, commodities.
And the health department is going to be hosting a car seat check lane on May 7th from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. at the Marion County Health Department. That's the new building here on Main Street, 1220 East Main Street. Anyone that would like their car seat checked is invited to attend. Free car seats and booster seats will be available for those in need.
And I don't know anybody that got to go through and do the tour. When you were there, you saw the whole now back storage room, and they have a lot of car seats available, booster seats. So please, if you are in need of one, please get one for your kids and go up there and get it checked out during that time frame. Marion County Department on Aging is always looking for volunteers to drive senior citizens to appointments. If you have a clean driving record and are interested in helping out, please contact Lou at 620-382-3580.
And if your last name begins with the letters C or D, your passenger vehicle, regular truck, and motorcycle tags need to be renewed by the end of the month.
Last month we said B, so now we're up to the final point where we're saying C and D.
Yeah, so you taxes middle of the month, tags by the end of the month. This is not a
good month.
Not a good month for C and D.
Yeah.
No.
Did you know driver's license renewals for Marion County residents are done by appointment only? So when you call into the treasurer's office, you can schedule that appointment. I believe, and I might be wrong here, I'm going to improvise a little bit and say I believe you can also schedule that online. I don't know if you can at the Marion location. I know at other locations you can schedule online, but call down to the treasurer's office and they will get you set up with your appointment. So if you need to do that, call 620-382-3106.
And there is a way, if you need to renew your license, there is a way to do it online.
Yes.
The catch is you get your previous picture. So if you want to update your picture,
you need to go in.
You got to go in. There is grant money available to help Marion County residents repair or replace failing private wastewater systems. It's income-based, and so you need to call the Marion County Planning and Zoning and Environmental Health Office for more details, 620-382-2945.
Road and Bridge Department is still looking for full and part-time employees, especially seasonal positions with this upcoming, like we talked about the road closure that's coming up, helping out with those type of things. For more information, look at the website at www.marioncoks.net. or contact the Road and Bridge Department at 620-382-3761.
And there is a judicial tax foreclosure sale, sometimes it's also known as a sheriff's sale, on April 17th.
Which I believe is Thursday.
Yes, Thursday.
This Thursday.
At 10 a.m. Registration begins at 9 a.m. at Marion County, and it's going to be at Marion County Lake Hall. And to pre-register, you can call 620-382-2180.
All right. Okay, so that takes care of what Gene's kind of got for us up there.
What do you got from the school?
What I got from the schools? Well, what we have from the school, my phone decided to go to sleep. So starting today at the school, there's the league forensics meet is at Sedgwick today. The high school golf is playing at Hutch today. There's a board meeting tonight.
I smile whenever I see that board meeting.
Yeah, because you don't have to go anymore. Huh?
That's right. It just brings a smile to my face.
The district FFA banquet, which I'm not sure where it's at, is tonight. Tomorrow, the 15th, is MHS swim at Newton. Also tomorrow is baseball home against Mound Ridge. So if you want to watch a couple baseball games, Mound Ridge is going to be a very good team, good games tomorrow night.
Yeah, go out and get a hot dog and some popcorn and catch a couple games.
Also tomorrow, track is at Halstead, the high school track. On Wednesday is the MHS FFA. Hit the button here in a second. FFA livestock evaluation. Get back to where I was, sorry. And then on the 17th, there's a JV golf match with Gossel hosting. The high school track on Thursday is at Chase County. The middle school track is at Gossel. Those both Thursday. And baseball is home against Canton Galvez. So 2 home games this week for the baseball team. And a lot of those events get moved to Thursday this week because with this weekend being Easter weekend, Good Friday is no activities.
Yeah, so couple events going on this week. The last Lenten breakfast will be at the Christian Church Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. And again, those funds are being raised for Mark and Madison Vindeska. And so we'd love to have you come out and enjoy a good breakfast at the Christian Church and make a donation for the Vindeskas.
And then community church service Friday at 1 o'clock at the Presbyterian Church. If you want to be a part of the community choir, that choir practice will be at noon at the Presbyterian Church.
That's right. And still call him the new minister out at Strasburg, Jim Millman, is going to be preaching at that service.
Okay.
It'll be good to have him in town for that. And then obviously we talked about the Easter egg hunt on the Saturday after that. So lots going on this week.
Lots going on this week.
You might tell the viewers about the amazing space that you were in yesterday.
So one of the many things I do here in town is, as I'm on the session at the Presbyterian Church, and we've noticed over the last couple of years that there's been a plethora of bird and bird residue around the front door of the church. So we started investigating that more and realized we had a heavenly host of birds living in the bell tower. And so we got to play eviction notice earlier this week.
Right. Sanitation.
So, yeah, and so we also went up into the bell tower to remove all of the residue that was in that space. And 560 pounds lighter, all of that debris has been removed, and all the holes have been sealed up as best we can. And we now have starlings that are yelling at us.
That's right.
From the outside of the church.
We now have angry birds outside of the church.
In fact, while we were up in the bell tower, and Jeremiah had the pleasure of being the first one up there to do some of the removal, some of the said starlings were still coming in and being angry birds inside the bell tower when we were there. So it was a very interesting thing. Our best guess is that it's probably been cleaned out at some point in time, but that bell tower has been there for 150 years.
Yeah.
There very well could have been 150 years worth of residue.
Well, and the irony was it coincided with the article from 145 years ago when one of the Case relatives was actually paying people to shoot woodpeckers, but not to damage the church.
So, yeah, it's a tight space up there, and Jeremiah feels like the bell rings louder now.
I think, yeah. If you join us, if you're with us Sunday morning in the building, I think you'll notice an audible difference. If you're outside of the building, which is where a number of our congregants are when the bell rings, they'll hear it just like normal. So.
Well, when you take all that stuff out, that was absorbing the sound.
Right, yeah.
That's Jeremiah's theory.
Cushion around you, and so when you get that all out, it bounces off the boards and stuff around.
Yeah.
So you hear it more.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be magnified. So took out 8 inches of dampening. So
yeah. So something else going on. Both of us actually have family members relocating to Marion.
Yeah, one of the things that we have talked about, and also that Mike and Chris have mentioned, is this really is a great community. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons we have this channel, is to share the great things that are going on in this community and to promote it. And as a testimony to that, we, like Darren said, we both have relatives moving to town in the next month, one sooner than the other.
Both of them have purchased properties, homes.
Yep.
And in fact, by the time this airs, yours have partially kind of moved here.
Yeah, they got like 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Mine's kind of been a little bit that way, but by the time this airs, they will be fully here.
Right.
The truck unloads this weekend.
Yeah.
Or yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
So thank you for helping, by the way, then.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Putting on the spot. So, but no, like Jeremiah said, because other people come in and see this community and see how good it really is, it is a testimony to the people around town and how good we keep the place looking. I've had lots of people come in and say that. So, just like you said, this channel is set up so that we can help get more word out about things that are going on, to keep people more involved. And keeping people more involved is just going to keep our community growing in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it was it one of the nighttime guys from Burbank used to say, I'm broadcasting from beautiful downtown Burbank. And I always think of that on this show here. We're broadcasting from beautiful downtown Marion. And it's important that if you're watching this and viewing it, make sure that you're liking and subscribing the videos. Make sure you're sharing it on your various social media outlets, if it's Facebook or any of the other. There's so many different ways to share this on social media. But go ahead and share these videos so that the word can get out. We do want to promote what's happening in town and what's happening in the community and the county, and just get the word out that this is a good place to be.
A few more city notes.
Yeah.
That I've just been thinking about. Number one, the new homes up on Coble are near completion. 2 of them have been finalized out, and 2 more will be soon finalized out. Currently, you are not able to drive the 1 block between Main Street and Lawrence on Locust. That is currently closed for construction. The city received a grant from the state from KDOT to work on the bridge/wall that was collapsing there on Locust into the drainage way, half a block north of Main Street. And that work will also then entail, once they finish up on Locust, they're going to be replacing the tube under Elm Street that goes down into Mud Creek. So there's some work going on, some construction work notices, and we'll give updates on when Elm's going to be closed. So, because I'm sure when Elm Street's closed, that's going to affect people's traffic pattern a lot more than Locust. Locust is not nearly as heavily traveled. Might not have known, but we also are finishing up a construction project out on the airport. We're replacing the giant cracks in the runway are being replaced. I know a lot of people don't necessarily see that facility on a day-to-day basis, but the city received a grant from KDOT Aviation to work on that runway out there. We also have applied for a couple more grants to maybe start looking at replacing portions of Main Street somewhere between the high school to the SAC areas. It kind of depends on how much money will be available from KDOT as to how much we might be able to do. But we did a mill and overlay on those streets here about 8-9 years ago, and it's just continuing to not get any better. The base is not having problems, so we're actually looking at totally replacing those sections of street. I also know the city is in the process right now of actively looking for a new city manager. They're entering, or maybe by this time have already entered, the interview process with several candidates. And so more to come as decisions are made there from council, mayor, interim manager that's here. So
I think that they're doing that on the 22nd.
the interviews.
The interview,
Okay.
yeah.
I knew they were trying to schedule it. I just wasn't sure what they were able to come up with.
Yeah, that's what they said at the meeting last Monday night.
No, last Monday night. Okay.
Which you can see on YouTube also.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep. On MCT. That's on MCTV 20 Live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just probably one other note. If you're watching this on Monday and you've noticed a lot of sleepy high schoolers.
Oh, yes.
They have just survived prom. So prom would have been Saturday night, and prom recovery is Sunday. So,
all right. I don't have anything else that I can think of.
I think that's it. If you're out in the community and you got something that you want to share, let us know. Let Gene know.
Yeah, just catch us on the street or catch Mike. You might have to hand Mike a sticky note because, since he's older, he might not remember very well. But
yeah, tell him to.
The rest of us, you can just tell us, and we'll make sure we get it on here that next week.
If you see Mike, tell him to wear the shirt.
Yeah, wear the shirt, Mike. Wear the shirt.
Have a great week.
All right, thanks.
Okay, we want to thank you guys for coming down and doing this today, and we hope that the people out there really enjoy doing this. And if you do, like Jeremiah said, you need to press that subscribe button. Just tell people. Just subscribe once. That's all you need to do. And we're up to like 79 right now, which is for 8 times we put out these podcasts and stuff. And give us a like if you could. And please share your comments.
Yeah.
I was just showing Jeremiah today here before that we have had several people send us a comment, which I can read on YouTube. And they talk about some of the things that we've talked about that they didn't know anything about, and that it was a good help for them to see that. And they wanted to hear more from the mayor was one of the comments that we got. But Mike was talking about he can't come up with a name. He don't know whether it's a note from the mayor or what it's going to be.
How about a moment with the mayor?
A moment with the mayor.
Yeah.
And if
with
you have
Mike.
any
A
comments,
moment with Mike.
yeah. And if you have any comments on that, send them to me, and maybe we'll have a contest and come up with a name for
Mike's
that
moments.
segment. So,
Mike's senior moments.
There wouldn't be any.
okay, well, we want to thank you. This is going to wrap up our session for this week, and like you say, if you got something that's going to be coming up in the next week or so, you just send it to me. Send the information to me, or call me and tell me whatever you need, because we're all the time looking for news that's going to be coming on, and I heard of a couple of things going on the other day that's already come and gone, and I didn't even, nobody sent us that news, so we could not give it to you, and this is something we like to do, and just hope that you all enjoy it. So we're going to wrap it up for tonight, and we'll see you next week. Also, we forgot to mention again this garage sale that's coming up from Marion to Great Bend. It's 100 miles of garage sales and so forth, and it's coming up this 25th, 26th, 27th of April. So I know there's a lot of people in Marion. I was talking to the guy the other day, and he said that there's a lot of people that are having garage sales here in Marion, and I've seen a couple of signs right there on Main Street where they provide the signs and put it up and everything. There'll be a map which you can get and look at, or you can do it. If you do it online, you can actually look and see what some of the sellers have, and if it's something that you could want to go see, it'll even tell you on the map exactly where it is and take you right to it. So we just forgot to mention that, so I just wanted to throw that in. The meaning and celebration of Easter. Good morning, everybody. Today we gather to reflect on the day that holds profound significance for millions of people around the world, Easter. It is a day of joy, hope, and renewal, the day that reminds us of the boundless love and grace bestowed upon us. Easter at its core is a celebration and resurrection and redemption. For Christians, it commemorates the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who triumphed over death and sin to offer humanity the gift of eternal life. It is a story of sacrifice and victory, of darkness giving way to light, and despair being transformed into everlasting hope. The empty tomb serves as a powerful symbol, life's ultimate triumph, and God's unyielding love for his children. But Easter extends beyond religious traditions. It is a time that resonates with universal themes: rebirth, renewal, and the promise of new beginnings. Just as the earth awakens from the slumber of winter and bursts into the vibrant colors of spring, Easter invites each of us to awaken your spirits, renew your faith, and embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. It reminds us that no matter how challenging our circumstance might be, there is always hope. Why do we celebrate Easter? We celebrate to honor the victory of life over death, hope over despair, and love over all. We celebrate to remind ourselves of the power of faith and the importance of compassion, forgiveness, and unity. We celebrate to refine our belief that even in the darkest moments, light will find its way to shine. And why should people be thankful for Easter? Because Easter teaches us lessons to transcend time, culture, and belief systems. It is a testament to the resilience of all human spirit and the power of hope. It inspires us to extend kindness of grace to one another, to support and uplift those in need, and to cherish the blessings in our lives. It is a day that brings communities together, encourages acts of generosity, and reminds us of what we are all connected through our shared humanity. So as we celebrate Easter, let us take a moment to be grateful. Grateful for the messages of hope that Easter brings, for the love that surrounds us, and for the opportunities to start anew. Let us carry the spirit of Easter in our hearts, not just today, but every day, and strive to be the source of light for others. Thank you, and may the blessings of Easter fill your hearts with joy, peace, and love.